He's a strike thrower. Actually, I just learned this. He's actually throwing 4 pitches now: fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. All of them in the zone. Nothing super electric, but he knows how to pitch. He's works the ball down in the zone. When he gets into trouble is when his fastball gets left up.
It's kind of a crafty right-hander.
Yes, he is.
So, leading off for West Fargo, and I apologize, I should have, grabbed myself a lineup here. I'll get that once game stream's going, right?
Should.
Game changer.
We can get you a copy too, I'm sure.
But anyway, going across the diamond for post 2. At third base, we got Dylan Earholtz, right?
Yep.
Shortstop, Tommy Simon. Second base. Oh, we got a drive to left field to start the game. Should be a can of corn, though. That's caught out in left field. First out of the game. Jordan Leininger with a catch.
At this rate, he'll only throw 27 pitches.
I kind of like how we're starting. I like the pace here. That keeps our talking down a little bit too. So I can deal with that. So that was Nolan Dodds leading off with a fly out to left. Next up for West Fargo is Brandon Hammond, I believe.
Brennan. Yeah.
Good pitcher, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he is.
Got a couple good arms here on this West Fargo team. A number of good arms on the West Fargo team.
He's been hitting the ball pretty well this year, too, I hear.
So we got a quick 0-2 count. Again, nice start by Lamont. Very efficient. So have you talked to the coach today, Jason? I hear there might be a little mix and match in pitchers tonight.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of Johnny Holstaff today. I think we'll probably see upward in between 6 to 8 pitches, depending on how the game goes.
I hear we might have a debut of a certain right-hander tonight, so excited to see that.
Yeah, if it happens. I don't know. He threw a fairly lengthy bullpen yesterday.
A certain Brady Manling said his stuff was filthy.
Well,
filthy.
We can't trust Brady Manling.
That's true. That's a good point. Oh, we got a 2-2 count here on Hammond. Now the count's gone full. After a 0-2 count, Hammond's worked it all the way back to full. I want to keep these, I've got a flair for the obvious, as you're going to find out, Jason, but I think we want to keep these guys who can run off the bases. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough play.
Yeah, beat it out. Nice play by Tommy. He couldn't quite get out at first. Nice stretch over there by our first baseman. Extraordinaire.
Zach's going to want to stay away from nibbling too much. I think he probably could have went after him earlier. His swing wouldn't have been as aggressive. Once you get to the 3-2 count, they sort of know ball's going to be over the plate. Something's going to be something hard. He throws that same pitch, 1-2, 2-2. He might be looking for something else. Maybe it's a strikeout. Maybe it's a pop-up. You never know. But I think sometimes young pitchers, but Zach is fairly experienced, but they dink around too much.
Right.
And it gets to that bad count.
Yeah, he definitely nibbled a little bit too much there after getting an 0-2 count. Next up for West Fargo, we've got Shea Wiggestrom.
What's his first name?
I think it isn't it Shea? I don't have the first names, dude. It's S.
It's Seth. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna make up names.
Okay.
That's kind of what we're gonna do today.
But
I'll start with the right initial anyway.
Yeah.
I think we've got Terrence Stalker next. No, Here, let's see if we can turn one here.
That's a nice
play. And there we go.
Just like that.
Well, 4-6-3, and we're out of it, folks. So, no runs. There was one hit. Nobody left for West Fargo. We're off. we're back. Connor Holm leading off things as he typically does for post 2. Sporting a 360 average on the season so far. Not too bad. Swinging at the first pitch. A little bit of a soft grounder at the second baseman for the first out. I'll move us over to the shortstop, Tommy Simon. Not exactly patient to start out.
I noticed it with the West Fargo at bats too. I think that we got ourselves a non-con game.
Yeah.
Something that maybe the kids aren't as invested in, and they're going to be aggressive. They're not looking to work pitch counts. They're just trying to get their swings in. It's good for both teams in actuality.
Well, as I say that, Tommy looks at the first pitch. Apparently nibbled outside corner for the first strike. Tommy, the Nebraska commit, has gotten a little attention. I saw he was on Dom Izzo earlier this week.
Really?
Did a nice job on Hot Mic. Yeah, did a nice job.
He's a pretty well-spoken kid.
Yep. Bright young man. Bright future ahead for him. Batting a nice, cool 458, coach. Not too bad, huh?
Yeah, that's not a bad average.
It's kind of like the Grafton days.
Yeah. Except for back when I played, if you got the 4 walks, the coach pitched. Or 4 balls, I should say.
Tommy's in a little bit of a hole here, 1 and 2. We'll see if West Fargo employs the same strategy, rolls out a few pitchers here tonight. They're heading to the Gopher Classic this weekend as well.
Yeah, I think they have games tomorrow.
That's right. I did see that.
So there's 1 or 2 ways to go about it from a coaching standpoint. You either throw a kid out there and burn him. Say, hey, you're going to go throw 130 pitches. We're not going to use you on the weekend. And save everybody. Or you give everybody an inning. And keep it.
Corner to right for the second out.
I think the only person that's not available for us is Brady Manley.
Yeah, I heard Dylan Erholz as well is going to be out, and that's about it. Landon Meyer, the second baseman, comes to the plate. He's swinging a hot bat. He's moved up to the number 3 spot in the order. Pretty consistent contact hitter, when you say, Coach.
Yeah, he's been good this year about hitting the ball the other way. He's sort of fallen in love with that right center gap. It's not always falling for him, but he's hitting the ball hard, and I guess that's all you can do.
Landon certainly earned this spot, hitting a cool 377 here coming into the game. Peyton Janzi starting for West Fargo. Seem to remember him pitching. I think he pitched for the Packers.
Yeah, I don't know this kid at all.
He seems to bring a pretty decent velocity. Haven't seen too much of a change of speed.
I have
or
not
off
seen
speed.
a wrinkle at all yet.
Nope. He finds himself in a nice position here. Has 2 strikes on our second baseman. Well, there's a little.
Yeah, a
This would be
little.
a slider.
Yeah, didn't do much. Just
Up and
bad.
in.
Just looked like a really bad fastball to me, but it obviously had some spin on it. Ball's hit hard.
Ball's hit hard, but right at the shortstop. Hammond throws over to first for a third out. No runs, no hits, nothing left here for post 2. We're off to the second inning, no score. All right, we're back in the top of the second. Trey Stocker up for West Fargo. Stocker is their left fielder tonight for the Patriots. They seem to have a little bit of a mix, Jason, don't they, of ages within their group? I mean, I know we're a young squad, but it seems like we've seen some of these young players as well at the youth level.
Yeah, they're not. They have some pretty good. They'll lose some pitching next year, and they'll lose a pretty good catcher.
Well, it's a tough play for Tommy, but boy, he makes it look easy.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
Nice stretch. Nice play by Tommy Simon. Nice stretch by the first baseman, Kalbrenner. And we got our first out.
So yeah, they're a little bit like us. They're gonna have some key losses, but the bulk of their team's coming back. It all comes down to for these teams, any Legion team, long-term pitching. Can you go put a good product on the mound year to year? West Fargo and Post 2 always seem to be able to do that.
Oh, they're just so much depth in West Fargo with those two high school programs all funneling into the same Legion program. They made for a really tough matchup.
Yeah.
Jeez, as long as I can remember watching Legion ball up here.
It'd be interesting if they ever go the way Fargo has and goes with two Legion teams.
I'm guessing there's got to be some debate to that.
Well, if they continue to grow, something will eventually have to happen. But I mean, I think we're not going to see it in this group's era.
Right now we're sitting with Evan Berg, third baseman, sitting with a 2-1 count. Again, as was mentioned previously, this is a non-conference game. Does not count in the state standings,
Nice
but
pitch.
obviously, wow, that looked good. Apparently a little bit high.
Oh, he didn't call that a strike?
Yeah. I don't know if that fooled the umpire as well as the batter there.
I guess the middle of the strike zone is not a strike anymore.
Too good a
There's
pitch.
the very, very middle. It's like that game with the washers, that little circle in the middle doesn't count.
Too good. Full count here. Off-speed pitch looked pretty darn good, Coach.
Yeah, that's a
little
good
off
pitch. He must not like that
plate.
curveball slider mix.
No.
Yeah, I don't. He looked like he missed two there, but I am a long ways away, Mr. Umpire. So if you watch this later, I'm not accusing you of anything.
Next up for West Fargo is the second baseman, Caleb Durr. I think he's another one that remember. Again, I could be wrong. I'm getting everybody's first names wrong.
I think he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Or was a sophomore, going to be a junior.
Yeah, I believe he's a good basketball player too. Solid athlete for this West Fargo team. Well, a little out of the control right now, looks like, for Mr. Lamont. Hopefully we can pull the strikes one back in. Sitting at 1-1 right now on the count. One out. Runner at first. Pretty conservative lead at first base.
Yeah, there's not a lot of speed on a base pass right now, and I don't think that Durr has a lot of speed either. So we got, if Zach can locate an outside fastball, get Landon to make a classic double play flip, Tommy, and we'll get out of this inning. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what
Want to put money on that, Mario? Okay.
Well, we'll see what Lamont's out pitch here is. See if we can't get a strikeout, get that second out.
Pop up to the infield would be nice too. Actually, any out when we get to 2 outs, as long as.
It's a little bit too good a pitch. That's lined in the right field. First really solid contact we've seen here tonight in the right. They'll put batters on first and second.
Was that a hit and run?
And I miss that, Coach. Didn't see if they were actually moving on it. If it was, I think it was, because
Landon
was nowhere to be found.
He was moving.
Well,
yeah, he must have thought that base runner was stealing.
yeah. You know, good base running there by West Fargo, first and
It
second.
looked like a hit and run the way the hitter swung the bat too. What is
Oh,
going
wow.
on?
Pretty close pitch to take there. Taking for a ball, 1-0. Hopefully, batters for post 2 can adjust next time up. 1-0 will take the first baseman tonight, Mr. Clemenson.
Yeah,
Also,
well,
certainly one of the better pitchers in the state, I'd say, when you coach.
yeah, he's got a next level arm, that's for sure. Fastball, changeup, slider, curveball. I don't know really what it is. Doesn't make a difference. I can't hit it. Strike zone has gotten very small, so I think that plays into our hands better than it does theirs. But as long as it's consistent.
Yeah, we're going to have to make some adjustments here. I mean, we were out swinging early in count here, the first 3 batters, and start the bottom of the first. We'll see if we can make an adjustment here going forward.
Oh,
And that pitch looked a bit outside, Coach, but
you know
we'll
what?
take the straight call.
After the first couple games of doing this, I sort of told myself I'm not going to talk about Empires. So, let's talk about Hornbachers. They got a sign out there. Probably the best deli meat in the state.
You know what? And don't sleep on the brats, too.
Oh,
Oh, can we turn 2?
yep.
Nice. And they got him. Oh, little double play, turned up the middle. Nice turn by Lamont. Out of the top of the second with no damage done. Still no score here at Jack Lane.
Adam, the landlord, Leininger.
So we start the bottom of the second. We got the cleanup hitter, Adam Leininger, up.
We have a Patrick Chicka sighting. Looks like he doesn't know where he is. He's got an extra hat in his hand. He's probably trying to find a kid of his. Oh, music.
He's looking.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. So Leininger heads to the plate. He's got 9 home runs, and we're here July 6th. Not too bad.
No, that's not a bad season.
Again, I'm going to just hit you with the obvious this whole game, Jason. So, just take it and work with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would guess that most guys would want 9 home runs at this point.
He can hit the ball really hard, really frequently.
You know what?
That seems to be a good thing in baseball.
Yeah, for the most part, people like that. You know what? I'm going to have to call out the grounds crew. Gunner and Jonas and whoever did the boxes. The boxes are not square. They are off center.
Now,
It's freaking me out.
that is a great observation.
Yeah, they are leaning towards right center.
Yeah.
It is completely unnerving. Where
And
is
a
that ball?
big game here. I mean, this is youth baseball night.
Yeah.
I think we'd have a little bit extra batter's box professionalism.
Yeah, we're
here.
gonna have to get a T-square out there for those guys, and we're gonna have to set up points of, like a perspective, like you used to do in art class.
Well, folks, we might just have to go off the air for an inning or two and take care of this. I don't know. This is really.
I'll have a
really
long conversation with the coaching staff.
So we got a 2-2 count here to Adam.
Ah,
Yep, exactly. Got a little inside on Adam, and he wrote it at the first baseman for the first out here.
The first baseman, number 15, Charlie Kalbrenner.
Charlie Kalbrenner at the plate. He's above that 300 mark right now. A pretty impressive 396 on base percentage as well. Got a nice, good eye at the plate. Very discerning. Doesn't swing at many first pitches, does he, Jason?
well,
And there he does.
there you go.
I'm Nostradamus here.
Little bit late on that.
Yep.
It's a good swing, just late.
Yep, didn't quite square that one up. So nice play by the shortstop.
Number 14, Jordan Leininger.
Quick 2 outs for post 2. Jordan Leininger heads to the plate. Jordan's been showing a little more power lately too, hasn't he?
I think right now Jordan is probably our hottest hitter.
I agree. I mean, his average is at 297, but I don't think that reflects how well he's been hitting lately. In fact, maybe Jancy wanted to back him off the plate a little bit.
Yeah,
how hot
I
he's been
know
hitting.
during the tournament there was, I don't know, four or five balls that he squared up very nicely and just hit the ball right at people. I think he hit a home run too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, again, on top
Shortstop's
of it
getting
right
somewhere.
here. Another routine play by the shortstop, and Fargo post 2 is out. 1, 2, 3. We got 2 perfect innings for West Fargo, but still no score, folks.
Fargo post 2 in the bottom of the second. No run.
Right, top of the third for West Fargo. Got their 8, 9, and 1 hitters, starting with the catcher, Easton Heisler. Got a new pitcher in for post 2. It's Elias Harris with the first pitch fastball strike. What do you tell the audience about Elias? Gosh, it's going to take me all season, Jason, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it right.
You can just call him Harry for short.
All right, there we go.
I mean, he's got of everybody that's on all the pitchers on the team, he's got the most explosive stuff. He's got good velocity. He's got one of the better sliders I've seen. Very good curveball. changeup is good, a good change of pace. The only thing with him that I would call something to be concerned about is that every once in a while he loses location on his fastball and he doesn't throw quite hard enough to leave the ball over the middle of the plate.
He starts off the number 9 hitter, Cooper Borchardt, the right fielder, with a strike. And a little squibber up the middle here for a single to start out the third.
Yeah, little seeing eye single.
Take another grounder like that, though.
Yeah, we keep getting those. Eventually we're going to make a play.
These quick 2 strikes for Harris. Start out his second batter of the evening. Yeah, I'm no pitching guru, as you well know, Coach, but it seems to me with Harris, where he's gotten into trouble sometimes, it seems like he almost doesn't have enough confidence in his fastball. You know, he starts relying on some of the secondary pitches.
Well, I think that's a mistake all the way up from 12 years old all the way up through the major leagues, is that as a hitter, the most difficult pitch to react to is the fastball, especially if it's located. So, and it took me a while to figure this out too, but when I was at my best, I was throwing off-speed pitches to get to 2 strikes, and then beating people with my best pitch, the quickest pitch, the hardest pitch to catch up to, which is the fastball. And if you can get it inside, and you haven't seen it in 2 or 3 pitches, it's a very difficult pitch.
Well, and for, it's kind of fun going to man-down for a tournament here early in the year when you have the radar gun out there, and you can kind of see at this level, you're throwing close to 80, pretty good heat.
I would say his size probably, on a good day, he's probably in that 82, 83 range.
He's doing a little bit of nibbling now after getting ahead in the count. We got 2-2 counts here.
This is right here is where I was trouble. I just throw the fastball. Whoa, we have... Hello!
Oh, there's some excitement, folks.
No, is that a beaver?
Is that, what is it? Is that cat?
It's a groundhog.
Groundhog.
A little bit late. Oh, that's what it is. It's a woodchuck.
Hey, we're right by the river here. You never know what you might get. It's kind of...
Hey, can we talk about the speed from first to second from that woodchuck, though?
That was crazy.
I mean,
we got a new
the
pinch
way he
runner.
rounded first, hit the inside of the bag with the left foot, took off, nice slide into second.
Well, you're right. It wasn't just the speed; it was the form.
Yeah, there's that
There's
inside
something to it.
fastball.
Great pitch by Harris. We got one out.
Honestly, though, if you're number 8, how are you expected to hit after being attacked by a bear? That's not fair to him.
Back to the top of the order for West Fargo. Nolan Dodds, center fielder, heads to the plate here. Oh, squared up for a bunt.
I like that first pitch, little first pitch slider. Sets up his fastball. I haven't done a whole lot of research on it, and I don't know what that word is you just used, but it's something that's very new to me.
Oh, nice fastball there. Gets that one by him. And we have 2-2 count here on the leadoff hitter, Dodds.
Elias and I were working on his two-seamer yesterday, trying to get a little bit extra run on the ball. I'm sort of waiting for one of those. He had there it was.
Got inside. Popped up to the left fielder, Leininger with the catch.
He has really good feel for the ball. How the ball spins off the fingers and what that spin will do.
Next up for West Fargo, designated hitter tonight, Hammond. got
This
a
is
single already.
probably the one of two guys in this lineup that can burn you a little bit. Got some power.
Starts him off with a little bit of a slider there. Just missed outside. 1-0.
I like the quadrants that Elias is using. He's going out with soft stuff, in with hard stuff. I like it.
Yeah, and he gets a little bit of a pop up there. Landon Meyer puts that one away easily, and despite the one hit, that hit's left on. Still no score here.
No run. One hit, there were no
hitters here in the post 2 lineup been making contact. Haven't found anything to land quite yet. He finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Same number as Mr. Meyer, post number 2. Len has had an impressive first campaign here for the post 2 varsity. See if we can get a leadoff runner here, first time. Good contact, just foul. Meyer hanging in there with contact, fighting off a pretty nice outside pitch there by Janzi. Lights are on here at Jack Williams. Beautiful evening. And Meyer chased one in the dirt. And West Fargo just completes the throw to first, but on the throw, the first baseman, Clemenson, lands awkwardly. And that could be an ankle issue, folks. We'll see if he can walk it off. Came up in a little bit of pain. Seems to be moving fairly well. Certainly not something you want to see with their ace pitcher come down there, particularly in a non-conference game here tonight. But it looks like he should be able to shake that off. Coach came out to go look at him, check on things, see how things are going for the stalwart first baseman, Mr. Clemenson. So, looks like Clemenson will be able to stay in the game. West Fargo records a pretty important first inning here to start the fourth. Leininger heading right now. As mentioned earlier, Leininger's hitting 9 home runs. Again, in early July, he's got 9 home runs with about 5 doubles. Pretty amazing. That's his bubble. Home runs outnumber other extra base hits for the series. Very little doubt he's going to be pitched quite carefully. I think even non-conference performance is going to catch on with that line. Pretty quickly putting on a hole here. Careful. At the mound, we'll see if Janzi's on a pitch count, see if there's a change made. Janzi's sitting at 44 pitches right now. And again, I'm sure West Fargo, just like Post 2, wants to conserve arms, have them ready for the Gopher Classic. Starts up Friday. Post 2 will be in Anoka. Has one game Friday, I believe at 2:30 p.m. 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday, depending on the results of pool play. If they can win their pool, they'll advance, look to play games hopefully on Monday and Tuesday. We'll see how things go. If Fargo Post 2 does not advance, they have a non-conference game against Moorhead scheduled for Monday. First baseman up here, sandwiched between the Leingers, Charlie Kalbrenner. Kalbrenner swung on the first pitch last at bat, grounded out Takes one here for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Infield playing pretty much straight away on Charlie. Charlie tends to hit the whole fields, uses the field well, usually finds green. Charlie showing some patience that he's known for. 2 balls, no strikes. Still 1 out.
Good stuff. I think it was missed. It was lost to the static.
Hey, we got our color guy coming in. How's it going, Coach?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I
Check,
can hear
check,
you
1,
good.
2.
Like I said, but I haven't had any problems with the audio. These headphones are working brilliantly.
The
but,
intercom system is fine. It's displaying it to the world that we're having a tough time with.
Yeah, they're just missing out on gold here tonight.
Ooh.
But that was one to take.
Yeah, well,
3-1.
3-0 in a 0-0 game, regardless of non-con or not, that's just not a pitch you swing at. I'd be interested to see if he gets that same one again.
I hope he can tag one here. If he
Be
gets one
nice.
again.
Get some excitement into the crowd.
Not much of a breeze here. A little bit of a breeze blowing in, it looks like.
It's a well-spotted fastball
Yep.
right there.
Yeah, gotta give some credit there. Janzi throwing nothing but fastballs here these last 3 pitches. 3-2 count. Kalbrunner looks down at his those wrist guards. They've got that numeric call scheme, I guess you could say. Figure out if we got hit. Oh, yeah, inside.
Get the 3, Adam.
Adam was off with the pitch, but he's going to be left at second base.
That's why you pick up your base coach.
Yeah. He looked to be
For
looking
you
down
kids
at
at
the
home
bag.
watching.
Another helpful tip from Coach Kalbrunner.
Up next in front of goes to right field number 14.
Doesn't have to break your stride. You simply peek over at your base coach. If that ball goes to the backstop, he will be telling you with a frantic swinging of the arms, maybe jumping up and down, screaming. It'll be very obvious.
Well, obvious is what I do, Jason, in
Yeah.
the play-by-play. And you know what? I'd say this is pretty big at bat. And ball
Yeah,
one.
and this is, if you're asking me, this is the kid I want up in this situation.
Yep.
I can see, I definitely see a gap shot in his future.
There's some great bat-to-ball skills here, as they say, for Jordan Leininger. And he's got his brother sitting on second base. Charlie, first baseman, sitting at first base. 1-0 count. Yeah, he's not finding the zone right now. 2-0. What do you do 2-0 here, Coach?
Oh yeah, you can't keep walking people. It's a bad situation.
Oh, I think we got a pitching change here, mid-count. Need a second trip to the mound. Janzi was sitting at, let me check, 52 pitches. So he'll head off. That pitcher coming in from the pen. Let me check the...
So now you have a pitcher coming into a game in a 2-0 count with guys on first and second, and one of the best high school hitters in the EDC sitting behind him.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Jordan Leininger, I'm separating vertebrae on this first swing if it's anywhere close to the strike zone. I am. If he watches a ball in the strike zone, I think it's a pretty major mistake. One thing this pitcher wants to do is get ahead. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe he's the best pitcher in the world and he's going to throw a backdoor slider. I don't know. But you would imagine he does not want to go to a 3-0 count.
Well, I got a little inside info on this pitcher, Jason. Carlson, who just entered the game for West Fargo, his mother works at Vogel Law Firm.
Really?
One of our assistants. She's a great employee, great person. Her son has been kind of back and forth between the Vets and the Patriots this year. He's kind of a bit of an extra player.
So her working at your law firm, what does that tell us about his baseball skills?
Well, it tells us absolutely nothing,
Oh,
Jason,
okay.
let's face it. But
I thought maybe you had some true inside information.
all I know is that he's been between the two squads.
Oh, okay.
And the reason he's on the Patriots is that he's a pretty good fill-in pitcher.
I thought you were about to throw gold down.
Jason, I told you from the beginning, I'm the master of the obvious. It's
Okay.
all I got.
Well,
and
when you say I have insider information.
I have inside information that this
Okay.
kid's been back and
Oh,
forth between
okay.
squads. I thought that
All
was
right.
kind of a somewhat interesting little nugget
It
of
it
knowledge. You wouldn't
was.
have gotten
I was
otherwise.
just. I guess it's my fault. I wanted more.
But, and I know he throws hard. I
Yeah,
know
he-
he's a
he
good,
definitely throws hard.
He's a good runner. I mean, he pinch ran for the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs in their state title run here with the high school team. I don't recall him starting, and I'm also wondering, Coach, what's going on with the conference at the Mound right now?
Well, we have
an
a
issue or something?
maybe the kid that came out of the game is going in to play defense and he's looking for his glove or his hat. That happens at 9U baseball all the time.
Oh,
We spend
unfortunately-
innings looking for a hat that was under the dugout chairs.
Yeah. I think glove issues have plagued a certain number 13 for post 2 occasionally as well, but maybe by the time he's 19, Jason will figure it out. I don't
Maybe,
know.
yeah.
We'll see. Maybe. It's a big maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get this game. This game had some flow to it. We were moving things along pretty good up until this pitching change. And
Maybe
I
we
see
have a woodchuck attack in the visiting
Maybe.
dugout.
Well, is that what I think?
Do they carry rabies? You know.
That Dave Clunt, our base coach there, he keeps pointing at his heel. Yeah, see that? Not exactly sure what that means. Doing the hokey pokey,
Oh.
turn yourself around.
That's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, look at those moves. Now he's giving us the in and out move.
Oh, Clemenson's probably getting taped up after that.
Oh, the ankle.
The ankle situation over at first
All
base.
right.
Nobody wants to see any injuries.
Well, hopefully we got that taken care of and we get back to some baseball here. Again, top of the fourth. There's
Now
no
batting
score.
number 14, Jordan Leininger.
Post 2. Just put a couple runners on once again with a couple walks. Still waiting for that first hit.
Charlie Kelbrenner at first, not blazing speed. He has to make sure he gets a good jump.
Good instincts, though, Jason.
He does have good instincts, but it's like he's carrying a small child on his back whenever he runs.
But good instincts.
Yes.
Oh, and there's a 3-0 fastball in there by Carlson. Well, this is the count you want with the hitter you want, Coach.
Yes. I'm excited for this pitch.
You've got the stretch. Here's the pitch. Oh!
We can't.
I'm not going to say anything.
We cannot openly mock
I'm not
the umpires,
saying
Rob.
anything. Not a word from your humble play-by-play guy. But full count. And that one's tagged pretty well. Out to left center field, but the center fielder makes the catch. We got a tag at second.
Oh.
Could be a play at third. Ooh, no slide by Leininger, but yet he's in there safe.
I don't think Luke liked the fact that he did not slide.
Yeah, it looked to be a little bit of a, I don't know.
Unless he came
Look at
way up the
disgust.
line. Unless he kept way up the line to get that ball, and we just can't see it from here.
Up next
Which
from
is
post 2,
definitely a
DA,
possibility.
Number 16, Big Country Caden Cadera.
Nice thing about having a guy in scoring position like this is it for a young pitcher, unless you have a very high level of trust in your catcher, which it's possible that he does because they got a pretty good catcher. You really start to squeeze that curveball a little bit. You want to make sure it's not going to get into the dirt. You want to stay away from the low pitches, which makes it easier as a hitter to get that ball up in the zone and maybe drive it a little bit, which obviously Caden likes.
Well, Heisler, the catcher, challenged a little bit on that first delivery there. The pitch was low and away. He made a nice stop.
Yeah, 22's got a little bit of run on the ball.
Yep. And that pitch low. So another 2-0 count for post 2. Let's see if we can take advantage of one of these hitters count.
Yeah, we got to be ready for this pitch right here. Just make sure your trigger muscles, get that front foot down, be out in front.
So Cadera, dangerous hitter, good line drive hitter, takes ball 3. Dylan Erholtz, third baseman, on deck. See if Carlson can come back here. Being down 3-0 again, he entered the game on a 2-0 count, came back, managed to get a fly out. And that ball's right down the middle. That's a get me over strike.
Oh, that
here we
is a
go.
run. That's what happens when you don't have a tight hat.
A
22.
little hat malfunction.
Sorry to the Vogelaw employee
Ah,
if she's listening. Not his fault.
nope. Had
Not
to
his
tighten
fault
up
at
that
all.
cap.
Yeah.
No, that's that is something you don't expect to see in Legion baseball, but we saw it, folks. A little bit. Where do you call the error on that one? Is that E1?
It's a E1. Yep.
No. Well, we'll take unearned runs. Still no hits.
It's an E2. There's a
E2.
hit.
Oh, get down.
That's down.
Yep. That's
Hopefully
in the gap.
Charlie
There's
can
a
get the
first hit.
third.
Charlie
There
on
he
his
goes.
horse. Throw from center field is offline. Clutch single by Big Country Cadera.
Now we're right in that back in that same situation where he's got to be careful with number 24.
Number 24, Dylan Erholtz.
Dylan Erholtz, pretty discerning eye at the plate, I'd say. We'll see.
KG veteran.
He is a KG veteran.
Yeah.
19-year-old, Played basketball against my oldest kid. That's how long he's been around. Dylan's getting time, getting settled into the plate. In that, as you mentioned, Coach, a little bit.
There's a run.
Here we go. I think that's got to be a pass ball, don't you think,
That's
Coach?
that's definitely on the catcher.
No.
I think the
wasn't
first
third.
one's on the catcher too. The overthrow, even though he got a glove on it, it was not a great throw.
Post 2 will take advantage of a couple unearned runs here. Take a 2-0 lead. Just the one hit.
Got to spend some time. I have a tough time pronouncing the catcher's name, but
Was it Heisler?
Heisler. I always want to say Holstein like he's
Right.
cattle, but it's not. Spent some time with those guys. He was on Charlie's fall ball team. Great family, great catcher. But
He's definitely mobile back
yeah,
there.
he's just having a
couple misplays.
little bit of a couple miscues.
Harold
Get through.
Swines one into right field. That gets through
That
the
is
hole.
not going to score.
We'll see what
Cadero, though.
happens. Oh, Big Country held up. Probably a good call there, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if Danny Boutain can come through.
Caden does a lot of things well,
Up next in front of the post,
but
center fielder, number
not the
23.
fastest guy on the team.
Yeah. There's
Boutain.
plenty of tools
Yeah.
for Big Country Cadera. The speed tool, not one there, but smart base runner.
Yep. It's a good time for Danny to break out of this little mini slump he's in.
Absolutely. Heady player. He knows the situation. He knows.
He's one of those guys that if he can find a hot streak at the right time, he's a difference maker for our team. Whether he's in the starting lineup, whether he's coming off the bench, he's great defensively, understands the game, great on the bases. Just every once in a while he'll get into a slump that he has a tough time getting out of. But when he's hot, he's one of the best there is.
Well,
That's a tough pitch to
tough
hit.
pitch. That's not one you're going to be swinging at here.
It's a
at 1-0
good.
count.
It's a pitcher's pitch, but it's a tough one for Danny.
So, got a 1-1 count. Danny looks in at what the call here is. We do have first and third. Would be a little surprised if we tried anything on the base pass here in this situation, but we'll see. Catcher's had a couple little mental lapses. You never know, I suppose. 2-1 count now to Boutain.
He's got really nice action on that slider. He's about 2 or 3 inches off of it.
Got a little bit under that pitch. Center fielder's camped underneath. And the catch is made by West Fargo. But 2 runs for post 2 on 2 hits. 2 runners left. There was 1 error on the board. I think probably there should have been 2. But post 2 will take a 2-0 lead, heading to the 5th. folks, starting the fifth. Caleb Deere heads to the plate. Caleb, again, banged 6 tonight. Playing second base for West Fargo. Josh Beaver in his second inning of work. Made nice go round here. I'm sure this will probably be his last inning of work.
It's always nice when you can start a hitter off with a breaking pitch and get a strike. Really sets the tone for the rest of the at-bat, because then say, oh, what's he going to throw next? No matter what you throw.
Here with 2 foul balls, start that bat. Quickly finds himself down 0-2.
So breaking ball, fastball, inner half. What do you do, Rob? Trick question.
I always like the high fastball with 2 strikes. See if they'll go up high and wave on it. Unless you really got good command of your curveball, which he did there.
It's a good spot for that.
That's a great spot. 1-2. Deere singled in his last at bat.
That's the pitch.
Sends it back.
That's the pitch he should have thrown last pitch. Then the outside would be available again. So anything on the outer half right now, I think strikes him out.
He's certainly doing a nice job mixing pitches, mixing location. We'll see what he's
They're
got
going
here
in
for his
again,
fifth
though.
pitch. Jammed him.
Same situation he's in, though.
Yep.
Change up, fastball, curveball doesn't really make a difference if he gets it out on the outer, on the outside like the black. Then you're probably golden. Seems like he wants to hit the ball the other way. That's the only concern.
Boy, he is going the other way. Every one of these foul balls is heading off to right.
He's giving it the old Wade Boggs special.
Wasn't Wade Boggs' thing he had chicken before every game, too?
Why wouldn't you?
That? I know.
I love chicken.
Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's not nachos, but it's not bad.
Unless you have chicken nachos.
Ooh. Now we're talking here.
Now, if you ask Ronnie Holm, that is a no-go. There is no such thing as chicken nachos. It's all beef all the time.
Kind of ruins the integrity of the nachos.
Yeah. I don't even think he classifies it as a nacho at that point. There you go.
There's a high fastball.
Yeah, that had some zip to it.
Nice pitch by Beaver. That's an easy one, tongue-tying name to say. Easy one by Beaver. So we've got 1 out here.
Next up for West Fargo.
For you folks that aren't at the game tonight, July 7th. It is July 7th, right?
6th.
Oh, it's the 6th?
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
night.
You should be out there.
All
I
for
guess we
one.
know what you're doing tomorrow.
Tone Loc, Vanilla Ice, and Young MC at the Bluestem Amphitheater. I'm sure I will be there.
And really, who shouldn't be there?
Well,
I mean, if you're an American,
Tone
you
Loc.
should be there.
He's got some sweet 90s jams.
Yeah, he's got 2 songs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing a...
There's a little pop fly.
Oh, they just worked on this.
Charlie Kalbrenner with a catch.
Nice.
Puts it away. 2 outs. Clemenson 2 at bats. 3 outs. Hit into a double play last at bat. Pops up here for second out in the top of the 5th.
I do like one thing that West Fargo's doing. I think that they might feel that their top end pitchers are better than our top end pitchers, but we probably have a little bit more depth than them. So they're probably not going to see. We're not going to see any of those guys.
Oh, sure, they're going to.
So that when it counts, we don't have stats. We don't have reps against them.
Well, we somewhat narrowly avoided them last weekend. They were in the semifinals of the Pete, end up losing to Manitoba.
At that point, Manitoba was still a juggernaut of offense.
Right.
And then somewhere between the semifinal game and the final game, their sticks went a little quiet. Could be that it was just an outstanding performance by Brady Manley.
Well, it could be they hit the ball pretty hard at Jordan Leininger 4 times. that seemed to help out a little bit. Ooh, we get the benefit of a maybe borderline strike there, Coach.
Looked down, but
Look down.
yeah.
The 3-1 count here to Heisler. Heisler again catching today for West Fargo. Promising young player. Now he's taken 2 strikes. Run the count full with 2 outs. Payoff pitch. See if we can get Beaver out here with a nice, clean 2-inning outing here tonight, huh?
Yeah, I'm interested to see who's coming out next.
Oh, and nice location. Oh, did he drop the 3rd strike? Apparently he did.
How? What happened?
What happened there?
Oh, catcher
It was
interference.
catcher interference. Yeah. Adam got caught reaching in maybe a little too eagerly. Caught the bat, and off to first base goes Heisler. And hopefully aren't dealing with injury here. Coach Lindstad out to check on his catcher. Checking on his wrist.
Yeah, that's not anything we want.
Definitely not something you want, let alone in a non-conference game here. So that's unfortunate. Just reached in, I think, a little bit too eagerly. We'll see. Other catcher on the post 2 squad is Will Bachman. Bachman not in the lineup tonight. We'll see if we see a substitution here or if Adam can stay in the game. From our vantage point, we can't see what's going on in the dugout. Coach Lindstad's talking to the home plate umpire right now, presumably deciding whether Adam's going to be able to go.
If there's any question on yes or no, I would vote no.
Yeah, you might as well make the change.
Yeah. In a game that doesn't mean a whole lot to us.
Right.
Or them.
And Adam's walking around a little bit.
He's
I don't know
not
if that means anything.
Grimacing in pain, so I think he's fine, but it's better safe than sorry. Get some ice on it.
Well, fortunately, we were 1 pitch away here from getting out of this inning. This does extend the inning out, extends things out for Beaver a little bit. Their number 9 hitter, Cooper Borchardt, is the next scheduled batter. Haven't seen many substitutions yet for West Fargo other than the pitching change that we saw last inning. Looks like Will Bachman's in, Coach.
Yep. Well, I don't have my microphone on.
Will Bachman, another solid post 2 player. Got a pretty deep squad when you can put a bat like his on the bench. He's got, 2-3 home runs on the year? I got to check our stats on that one.
Very, very good fastball hitter.
I've noticed Coach tends to like to mix up his batteries by school. It seems like we've got Adam Leininger in there when you've got a Shanley student pitching, and Will Bachman often in there for Lamont, Cadera, some of our Fargo North pitchers.
I don't believe
And Will,
that is on purpose, but it could be. It could be a level of comfort thing.
right.
Maybe he allows the pitchers to choose. I don't know.
Bachman just kind of getting worked in there, unfortunately, with a pass ball. That first pitch, a little bit high from Beaver. Beaver steps out, trying to get on the same page with Bachman. Little conference at the mound while we figure out what the plan of attack here is for West Fargo's number 9 hitter. Borchardt struck out swinging last at bat. A little bit outside. Beaver maybe adjusting to the new target here a bit, Coach.
Yeah. I mean, there is obviously a difference in catchers throwing to certain body styles and the way pitchers set up, but Beaver was pretty dialed in.
Right. Yeah.
So
it wasn't.
maybe that little hesitation, maybe it acted sort of like a change up for him, just a little bit of change of pace, and he's got to come back and find it. The good thing is at this point we have that base open.
Bad part is now we're back to the top
Yeah,
of the order.
that's the only. I mean, we were going to get there eventually. You just don't want to get there with 2 outs and 2 guys on.
Now back to West Fargo. Center fielder number 2, Nolan Dodd.
Got to trust. You got to just trust your stuff and throw the ball over the plate. Let your defense play. So far today we've been pretty good defensively.
It's Nolan Dodds. This is his 3rd at bat. Flew out last time up. Comes up swinging after that walk. Falls it straight back for 0-1 count. Dodds 0 for 2 to start the day.
I'm interested in that right center gap. I'd like to see Danny on the other side of second base, but that's me.
Yeah, they're kind of playing a little bit pull side. Fastball up, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bachman looking in for the sign here. Ooh, blows that one by him.
He's got some life on his fastball
A
today.
little extra juice there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs here. Got runners on first and second. It's been kind of an extended inning. There was a catcher's interference call. Got the number 8 batter for West Fargo on base. It was followed up with a walk. So here we are. Tying run at first. 2 outs. 1-2 count. Pitch from Beaver. Looked to be off speed, but stayed up. Just couldn't quite get that one around. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, his release point was way back. He's gotta get that ball out front. It's probably strike 3 if he releases out in front of the tip of his hat.
Like to get this ball over here. Not go to a 3-2 count. And
Nice
he
pitch.
does. Nice pitch. Good finish by Beaver. Heads back to the mound. I don't know why he had to pick up there, but hey, it worked. So, no runs here in the top of the 5th. Head to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 West, Post 2. All right, folks, we're back. Bottom of the 5th. Back to the top of the order for Post 2. Connor Holm leading things off here. Carter Carlson in his 2nd inning
Psych on that one there,
of
right?
work. Connor sees a
Everybody
strike.
was excited.
Leading off for Post 2, left fielder number 8, Connor Holm.
Connor just
Ooh,
a little behind on that pitch.
He just barely missed that ball.
Yep.
Good swing.
Well, Connor's due for a hit here. Just trying to check some scores around local American Legion Coach. I see post for 100.
There it is.
Oh, there's
Classic
that hit.
Connor.
That is what you see from Connor, right? Just
Yep.
a nice line drive slash.
Hands inside the ball.
So with that single,
Nice
Tommy
work.
Simon heads to the plate. Maybe we'll see the running game here in play. I don't know.
It's our first leadoff guy on, I think, the whole
Yep.
game.
Now they know that Connor's a threat to run here, so quick throw over to first, check on the runner. Home back in time. Ball a little bit inside, 1-0 to Tommy. Tommy 0 for 2 on the day. Something you don't say too frequently.
No, he's about to get into one though.
Both hits from the bottom of our order, Kader and Erholz. The two singles here. Well, and then home here, obviously leading things off. So those three have the singles so far. Hopefully more hits to come. It's in the bottom of the fifth. Again, a 9-inning game tonight. And home is off with a pitch. That throw comes in a little bit high and not caught by the shortstop. So, or excuse me, a second baseman. Home moves to second.
Connor looks like he was a little banged up.
Another guy's a little slow getting up. Definitely not something we want to see with Adam Leininger. Again, Adam Leininger has left the game with an injury. Took one off of his wrist here and a catcher interference call at the top of the fifth. Tommy Simon sitting in a ball and 2 strikes. Got a runner in scoring position. Carlson looks in at the sign. Time called. Ball in the dirt there. Evens the count at 2 balls apiece. You know, Tommy's been second. Oftentimes you'll see a number 2 hitter. Well, back in the old days, I guess the ancient days, your number 2 hitter would be the person who'd be looking to move that leadoff hitter over, maybe sacrifice, be a bit more of a bunter. Seems like in the college and high school games now, that number 2 hitter is usually where teams put their best hitter nowadays, as opposed to the 3 spot.
It really depends on the quality of the leadoff hitter. If you have a high quality leadoff hitter, then you stack up the next 3 guys should be your best hitters, because every time that guy gets on base, you want your best chance to score him. One of the things about the 2 hitter that you want to have is you want to have discipline, which Tommy does. Good hand eye, and he's got great bat accuracies. He controls the bat head well. So off speed, change-ups, high velocity. He sees that pitch and can control the bat enough where he can put the ball hard, any field, anywhere, any pitch style. Some other hitters are pure fastball hitters. Other guys like curveballs. Other guys are inside out. Your 2 and 3 hitters pretty much can do everything. You know, then you get into your 4 or 5 hitters, and those guys are more looking for the long ball.
Well, and Simon's battled a couple fastballs off so far. Should be able to time this thing up here.
Well, he's got a good count.
Oh no, and that slider is called for a strike. Simon takes that one looking, and that's the first out of the inning. Simon goes down on strikes.
Very inconsistent with that.
Up next from
But
Fargo, second baseman number 2, Landon Meyer.
So Landon Meyer, the second baseman, number 3 hitter tonight, comes to the plate. Landon's 0 for 2 with a strikeout here.
that's the advantage a pitcher has when he has a base open like that. That 3-2 count, most pitchers don't throw an outdoor slider or outside slider, not outdoor. Everything's outdoors here today, guys. But he doesn't. It's not the end of the world if he walks him there. Still got force at second and third. that will move a runner over.
And Landon Meyer with a deep fly ball to right field. Camped under was the right fielder. And over to third is Connor Holm on the tag. So we got run number 3 90 feet away here, but 2 outs.
Up next to post 2, catcher number 6, Will Bachman.
Will Bachman in the hit. He's our catcher. Again, came in replacement of Adam Leininger last inning. First at bat for the power hitting. I hate to even hesitate saying backup catcher. I'd say our second catcher.
Yeah, they've it's been pretty. I think it's been about 50-50, and when a lot of times when Will isn't catching, he's still in the lineup as a DH. He's even played a little left field. He just don't want to take that bat.
One a little bit, but not quite enough.
I think he hit it pretty squarely, but it was just launch angle was a little too high.
So, Connor Holm, leadoff single, left on base, stranded at third. After 5 complete, post 2-2, West Fargo 0. Okay, we're heading to the top of the 6th. Got a new pitcher in for Fargo Post 2, Caden Cadera, who's been the designated hitter here. Start the game, is in to pitch.
DH number 5, Brennan Hammond.
Mr. Cadera features a number of different pitches. I'll turn it over to Coach to kind of explain what we can expect to see out of Caden.
Caden, in my opinion, is probably the only guy on the team that truly pitches backwards. He likes to get ahead with off-speed stuff and finish guys off with the fastball. It's a good method of pitching. He has excellent control of his curveball, throws a changeup, and then surprisingly good velo with his mechanics. Get up.
Nice catch by Landon Meyer.
With his mechanics, so easy and free, it doesn't look like he's going to throw the ball hard, but it comes out of his hand very nicely. Especially after you've seen a couple curveballs, maybe a changeup or two, he pops that thing on you and it looks 95, I'm sure.
Yeah, he does an excellent job of, like right there, first pitch curve.
It didn't call it a strike, but it was a strike.
It was a strike.
Yeah. Not that I'm disagreeing with the umpire.
Yeah, well, he gets enough movement. I think the umpire can even be a little bit confused by it. We've seen the fastball well, but some of the sliders, and that's a nice hit.
That ball's hit really well. Really.
Credit, squared that pitch up. So, West Fargo gets a base runner with 1 out. Again, they're kind of right in the middle of the order here. Wiggestrand, number 3 hitter, just got a single. Got the cleanup hitter right now, left fielder Stocker. Stocker takes a strike on the outside corner. Again, West Fargo hasn't shown really any inclination to run, and with a left-handed pitcher on the mound, be a little bit surprised if we see much other than
Wiggestrand is quick though.
Boy, that pitch didn't miss by much. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stocker on the day. Checking 0 for 2. Stocker's followed in the lineup by Berg and Deer. He's got a 2-1 count.
As I've watched Caden throw a lot this year. He seems
Another pitch that didn't miss by much.
He's squaring up his catcher. Will might be off the plate a little bit there. It seems to me that his off speed gets better as the game goes on. I'm not I'm not going to say that he doesn't come into the game and look sharp right away, but it just seems his control, his command of his off speed stuff usually starts to improve after the first inning.
There's a fly ball hit to right center field. Right fielder camped under it. Out number 2. Jordan Leininger in right field, I believe.
Baseman number 7, Evan Berg.
Evan Berg now batting. Again, runner on first base. There's 2 outs. Cadera looks for the sign. Delivers. Strike followed straight back. 0-1.
Timing on the fastball is getting better for West Fargo. He's going to have to be able to throw that off speed, something off speed, especially early in the count. Get them out on their front foot. Then all of a sudden that fastball becomes really good again.
Oh, nice move there.
Even fooled Charlie. Charlie was like, oh boy.
Well, he made the catch, got the tag down. Just a little bit late, but keeping the runner honest, like you said, got some speed on first. Nice curveball. 0-2 count.
That's frustrating as a hitter. You know, got a fairly hard throwing lefty. And then he dumps that one in on the back door. It's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Good decision right there. I like that pitch.
Yeah, good pitch. Berg's 0 for 1. Does have a walk. 1-2 count. Another curveball, grounder, picked up by Tommy Simon. Fired to first base. Nice scoop by Kalbrenner, and Fargo North is out of the inning. No runs, no hits. There's 1 left. Head to the bottom of the 6th. Post 2, holding on to a 2-0 lead. Start off the bottom of the sixth. We got Charlie Kalbrenner at the plate. Charlie looks in, takes a strike. Carlson still working for West Fargo, still bringing kind of that fastball slider mix, it appears. Takes second pitch high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Charlie. Charlie's walked, grounded out to short. Oh,
That
good
ball's hit
line
well.
drive. That could be in the gap. And it is. In the right center field gap. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about, Coach. He's moving pretty good. That was nearly a triple there. But he held up at second. So no doubt double to the fence by Charlie Kalbrenner to start off the sixth.
Do you know why it was nearly a triple and only a double?
Tell
Because
me.
he didn't try to go to third, or else it would have been thrown out at third. But that ball was hit very well.
He scorched it.
Yeah.
Scorched. So next up, we got Jordan Leininger, the right fielder. Jordan's 0 for 2. He's due. Let's see if we can get Jordan in the extra base hit category here as well.
Jordan is a good bunter. You might see a bunt to third base for a hit here.
Well, we'll see if this one's deep enough to tag. A little fly ball to right field, and it is not. A little more shallow than what you'd like. Maybe not quite the swing you'd like to see on the very first pitch, but is what it is. I noticed, Coach, third baseman was playing towards the grass, so I think they kind of had the same idea that you did. Could be a bunt situation.
Well, it's nice to get him to third because then all sorts of things. Ground ball to second, fly ball to the outfield, pass ball, overthrow to the pitcher. Those are all runs. I coached at a younger level, and there's obviously no doubt that Coach Luke Rustad is a better coach than me, so he knows things that I don't. But I always liked having a guy on third base with less than 2 outs. Especially we're in the tack on
Right.
innings. But I don't know for you guys, for you listeners at home, the tack on innings are these middle innings when you can put up 1 here and there, and then all of a sudden at the end of the game it's a 6-7 nothing game,
Wow.
rather than being a 2 or 3 run game.
If post two's going to tack on this thing, they're going to have to come through with 2 outs. Nice play by the third baseman on that grounder from Kadera. Had plenty of time to get out at first, leaving Charlie sitting at second base. So it'll be up to Dylan Erholtz, again, the wily veteran. We'll see if he can come through with another single here. Singled his last at bat. One for 2 thus far in the evening for Dylan. Dylan's seen time both third base and short. Seems to have settled more into third base along with his duties. Probably are anywhere between our 1 and 3 starter, depending on the weekend, I'd say.
Right now it's him and Harris at the top. Then it's sort of Kadera's probably right in there too. We got a lot of good pitchers.
Got some depth with arms
Yeah,
on this
we
team.
got a lot of depth. It'd be nice if Dylan or Elias or Caden could step up and be that true number 1.
We'll see how things play out here the next 3 weeks. Plenty of ball games ahead. Many of them here at the Jack. Lots of home games
That's a
ahead
good
for
swing.
us.
Yeah, we never played at home for May.
Yeah.
May.
June.
June. All of June we were out of town, and seems like all of July we're home.
We got tilts at home with Mandan, Williston, Post 400. We do play at West Fargo. Our conference games are at Young Field. That'll be a heck of a showdown. West Fargo is 9-1 currently in the state standings. Post 2 still a perfect 10-0. And again, this does not count in the state conference standings. So Earl's facing a full count here. 3-2 outs.
I would throw him a slider,
Yeah, looked like a
something outside.
nice location. Dylan did a nice job to fight it off, keep the battle alive here. Try and make something happen with 2 outs. Keep putting pressure on the defense.
Looks like it's a beautiful night out there.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it's tough to beat this background here by the river at the Jack.
Yeah, there's
Beautiful setting.
You can check out softball games if you have the right angle. There's people walking their dog, bike riders. You got ducks and deer roaming around. Obviously,
And we
it's
got
a
wildlife here in the field even.
It's a woodchuck sanctuary here. We're probably going to have to put in a requisition state for some funding.
Danny Boutin.
Save the woodchuck night.
Save the woodchucks. I mean, they're everywhere.
Well, if they were everywhere, right?
Well, then they wouldn't need to be
save 'em.
saved.
Yeah.
Then there's too many of them. Kind of like deer and wild turkeys around this place. Boutin with a nice
Good swing. Good
first
swing.
pitch.
I like that he's staying aggressive.
Yeah, there was no hint at little 2-out bunt there from Danny. That was a nice, good, aggressive swing. So hopefully we can see some confidence here. He's got 2 more to go. 0-1 count. Carlson again. A lot of fastballs, a lot of heat. Mixes in a slider.
I'd be interested to know how hard this kid throws. He's got really nice arm action.
Again, Boutin, the number 9 hitter. Connor Holm sitting on deck. Danny fouls another one off. A bit of a 0-2 hole. But pretty good swings, Coach, compared to what we've seen a little bit with Danny over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think
portend something good.
I think mechanically he's fine. I think he needs a good night, and then he'll be right back at it.
0-2 count, 2 outs, 2 on for post 2.
There it is.
And there it is. That's going to be a tough play. Yeah, there is no way you're going to get any of the runners on that play. That was a nice stop by the shortstop deep in the hole, but Danny Boutin gets a big single, move the runners up another 90 feet, getting us to the top of the lineup. Connor Holm had a line drive base hit to left his last at bat.
Shortstop had no other play. That was the right play. And if Dylan would have taken a couple strides off thinking that ball was going first, he might have been out. So good hustle play by him. Keep playing the game.
Absolutely. Real test for Mr. Carlson right here. Tough spot.
There's
another, I don't know, pass ball wild pitch. Don't know what you want to call it.
That's a wild
Ball's
pitch.
a little bit high. Catcher couldn't quite come up with it. Yeah, Carlson just looks disgusted there. Looks into the dugout, shakes his head.
This does a couple different things. This forces them, any ball hit on the left side, this forces them to go across the diamond and try to get Connor out. Not an easy task.
Not at all. Yeah, the infield's playing pretty far back. Good cut.
That's a very good cut.
Good cut.
They still have 3 at bats. You know, it's a 9-inning game.
Yeah,
so
I got to play a little bit differently with 9 innings.
It's only 3 runs. So far, our pitchers have done a really good job. I'm guessing that their hope is that they run into one that doesn't.
There's a line drive hit. That's right where Connor lives.
Yep.
Connor land, left center field.
They're gonna put a little statue out there for him when he's done playing.
I mean, you talk about Adam Leininger being the landlord, but I'm telling you, Holm owns that whole area in left center field. Sorry, Adam, that's not yours. You can take over the fence, but under the fence, left field.
Adam's more of a renter.
There you go.
Connor's more of a home builder for resale.
Yeah.
At this point.
Effective.
Yeah.
You know, you tune into the game, you watch a little baseball, you learn a little real estate, see a little wildlife, got a little bit of everything.
We
tonight.
really have it all here at Post 2.
Yeah. I tell you what, tough to beat.
Nice music selection too, by the way.
Yeah.
From Mr. Breitbach.
Breitbach, another rookie making his debut.
He's got
doing a great
and
job.
If you guys at home can imagine, if you know Mr. Breitbach, he's got a bandana on, wearing shades, gold chains. He is truly a mixer of music up here.
Kevin
He's
Bling
got the whole
Breitbach.
place rocking.
It is. Just bringing it. Swag. Swaggy K. There's a fall ball. We'll see if Clemenson has a play. He does not. Again, it's youth baseball night here at Jack Williams. So
Lots of little guys running around.
yeah,
It's
that's
good to
I was
see.
about to say. Good to see the little guys. Every fall ball in the stands. There's a pretty good crowd getting after it.
They ran out of ices like 7 hours ago.
Yep. Is that what I don't even know what they're giving. Is it the ices?
Yeah, until they run out, and then they give less desirable treats like
Yeah.
rocks and sticks.
Couple Mike and Ikes get lost.
Yeah,
Enjoy it.
black licorice.
Black
yeah.
licorice. That's cruel.
Here's a stick of celery for that ball.
Yeah. Yeah. No ranch either.
Yeah. No, not even peanut butter.
Nope. No nacho cheese because Ronnie Holm took all of it.
Yeah.
So out of luck there. Tommy Simon up 1-2 count.
Good jump. Ooh.
Yep. Connor definitely had that one swiped. Connor will retreat back to first. Tommy looked to square one up here on 1-2 count, 2 outs. Big single by Connor Holm, knocked in 2. West Fargo up, or excuse me, post 2 up. See, I can't even, and I apologize for bringing up Fargo North. What can you do?
You have to start writing these stuff down before you say it.
I do. I gotta keep score too. I'm working this game changer, trying to figure out what all has happened here. So, yeah, we're rookie mistakes, Jason. You learn, you advance, right? Survive and advance.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was a rookie.
You learned, you improved.
That
Now you're the color guy. Is that gonna drop?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Nice play by the center fielder. He had to cover some real estate there,
Yeah,
but
he-
nice inning by post 2. They get 3 across here at the bottom
We
of
are
the 6th.
making the most of our hits. I will say that.
We are absolutely opportunistic. How about that? So after 6 complete, head to the top of the 7th. Post 2 up 5-0. All right, folks, we're in the top of the 7th. Caleb Deere up for West Fargo. Kane Kadera back on the mound for his 2nd inning. Puts a curveball in there for strike 1. And Caden's seen a little mix with his use, mostly a starter, but he's come in a couple key relief appearances for us earlier in the year.
Well, one thing I think everybody likes about Caden is he comes in and throws strikes. Doesn't seem to be rattled regardless of the situation. That's nice to have. That's a big advantage of having seniors and super seniors on the team, is that they seem to really have a calming effect on the younger kids.
Yeah, Kane's a great influence on, particularly, like you said, the younger pitchers, seeing his demeanor on the mound.
Yeah. They, hopefully when, if these older kids, they show up at practice, they get there early, they get to work, they get their drive line stuff done, they get their stretching done, they get their running done. Just that alone, 16-year-old kid, 15-year-old kid comes into the program, sees a junior, senior, super senior doing those kind of things. It's pretty easy to get on board when those guys are doing it.
Yeah, it's tough to slack off when you see that kind of leadership ahead of you. So,
and probably more importantly, if you see them not doing it,
right,
it's pretty easy to say, well, why do I have to?
Right, absolutely. Clemenson up right now. He's facing 0-2 count.
Although if you know Luke at all, you don't want to really get caught slacking off.
Right. No, Luke's been doing this a while. He knows what he's doing with the kids.
Ooh, nice change up.
Great pitch. Quickly, 2 outs for Cadera. I think that's one of our few misplays on the night there, Jason. A little tough throw by Bachman off the strikeout. But
I don't think that counts as an error.
I think we're safe on that one.
We'll have to go to the scorebook
Might
later.
have to check that out. Pretty well played game by Post 2.
So far.
We do have
so far,
two,
Rob.
2 1/3.
Say it. Say it.
I am jinxing nothing today. I did put the reverse jinx though on the no hitter.
Okay.
So
well,
did get that done.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
And the perfect game. Yeah, that going for 2 innings. But
a bad jinx on the other team or a good jinx on the other team, however you want to look at it, is still a jinx.
It is a jinx.
Yeah.
Well, we've established that. Just like Kane Kadira is establishing both corners of the zone.
Yeah, there you go. Good transition.
And as I say that, we get to 2-1 count here for Kadira. 3-1, excuse me.
We have not shifted our defense very much. We've basically played straight up the whole game. That looked like a good pitch.
Pitch must have been a
Must
little bit
have been
low.
down.
So Heisler draws a walk for West Fargo. 2-out walk.
No, he does not do that.
Again, brings up to the plate the right fielder, Borchardt. Right fielder's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout tonight.
Oh, that ball looked like it was literally center punched in the strike zone.
Yeah, Caden steps off the mound.
We must have a bad angle. That's the only thing I can think.
Oh. Gets the next pitch in for a strike.
Yeah, just slightly. 1-1.
Kadira looks in for the sign, taking some time here. Heisler with a pretty minimal lead at first. There's a fly ball hit to foul territory. Looks like that's going to go out of play. I'm sure we're going to have a whole cavalcade of kids after that foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes here. Right fielder for West Fargo. Kadira looks in, delivers. High and off the glove of Bachman. That's how you think about the 4th pitch we've seen today from both sides, where we've had wild pitch / pass balls. Not in the dirt, but high. So that moves a runner into scoring position with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Again, there's 2 outs here. See if Kadira can get the number 9 hitter here out. Fall tip. So Jason, we got an injury report on Adam Leininger.
Yeah, we the Post 2 staff doctor came in and gave us a report on his injury. It at this point it seems to be more of a cut than it is a broken or protruding.
There's strike 3,
protruding
nice
bone
pitch
from his forearm.
Well, got good news anyway. Hopefully not
Yeah.
too debilitating injury there for Adam, and
Oh.
heck of a nice pitch for Caden there to get us out of the inning. So, heading to the bottom of the 7th. Post 2 maintains that 5-0
You
lead.
don't get many of these.
So we head to the bottom of the 7th. Batters 3, 4, and 5 scheduled up for post 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Landon Meyer leading things off for post 2, second baseman. Got a new pitcher in for West Fargo. Carter Oline, number 6, in the pitch. So we'll see what Arsenal Oline has. I've noticed he's been kind of a regular in their rotation here for West Fargo to start the season. Right now he's got a 2-1 count on Landon Meyer. Landon grounds one at the third baseman. Nice short hop. Third baseman fired over. Nice scoop by Clemenson at first. Get the first out of the inning. Landon Meyer retired to start the bottom of the 7th. Again, Will Bachman.
If
in
I
the
was
catch.
ranking warm-up songs, I would have Will Bachman as number 1.
You know, I
You
gotta
just don't
agree
hear
with you.
enough Black Betty.
No, and to reach into the 70s department like that, pretty impressive, I'd say, for this young man.
Yeah.
Good riff.
Yeah, oh, it's Black Betty's classic riff.
I mean, there's good songs, but you got to have that riff.
If VH1 Classic was still a thing, I bet you they would have a top 20 riffs of all time, maybe even go decade by decade, and it's definitely in top 10 in the 70s. 70s was a tough one, though. It's a tough decade, a lot of good songs.
And what happened to Ram Jam? I mean, really.
Have you seen them?
I haven't seen them
They
lately.
are most likely all in prison at this point.
Yeah, well, they aren't coming to the Tone Loc concert.
Well, you never know.
You never know. Tone Loc could rip off some of their riffs, too. I
Tone
mean,
Loc
who
was
knows?
actually just up here asking if Mr. Breitbach could spin some
Yeah.
of this for him at
We
the
need-
concert
we need
tomorrow.
Swaggy K.
Yeah.
Speaking of Swaggy K, Charlie Kalbrenner. Charlie with a heck of a stinging double to right center field his last at bat. See what Charlie's got in store for us here this one. Got to be feeling some confidence here, Jason, after that last at bat.
Yeah, well, when you square the ball up, it feels pretty good. You want to do it again.
Charlie scored 2 of our runs here this game. He's also had a walk, ground out. Finds himself in a 2-1 count here with 2 outs.
Got a little greedy with that swing, I think, but we'll see if he makes that adjustment.
Well, Lean's bringing some pretty good velocity here off the bench. Mix things up there with a little bit of a
That's a tough hold.
slider. Yeah, it was a tough hold. Good read by Charlie. Obviously seeing the ball well to hold off that pitch. Now he can pick one out, 3-1. Yeah, that wasn't his. Fastball in the corner. Nice pitch by Aline. Runs the count full. 3-2, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 7th. Also got to point out Chris Meyer with a stirring rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game for the 7th inning stretch. Rare 7th inning stretch in this 9 inning non-conference game. But Charlie gets a walk. Earned that one.
Yeah, he's you mentioned statistically his on-base percentage. I think he's always seen and understood the strike zone very well, even as a
very
youngster.
disciplined hitter, always. During Leininger, I believe he flew out swinging or grounded
Yeah,
out.
he hit a ball pretty hard in the left center gap, but
Right.
the center fielder tracked it down.
Quickly facing 0-1 count. Aline quick pitching here a little bit. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan's
That's
either got to
odd.
be ready when he gets in there or get timeout. That's a little bit on Jordan, though. He should have been ready.
Yeah, Aline's Mark Burley-like with his pace. Jordan works a 2-1 count. Again, Charlie Kalbrenner over at first base. Wily base runner over there, despite his father's assertion of a lack of speed. Off to a very healthy start. Yeah, and look at that. Let's talk about Wiley. Induces a error from the pitcher, throws it away.
What
Charlie had a walking.
is going on?
Yeah, can you explain that play to me?
Charlie
just started walking to second. He was halfway to second base when the pitcher stepped off, threw to first, threw it over the first baseman's head, and all of a sudden, we got a runner 90 feet away.
Yeah. I know that when Charlie gets home, he will say that he knew that was going to happen. I will not, at this point, or when he tells me later, will I believe that.
Yeah, you don't need blazing speed to be a smart base runner, folks. Nice stop there by Heisler. Heisler's had, a couple
we
go
might have
behind
been
him.
trying to get a balk, and maybe because we have some good hitters up, maybe we're thinking with 2 outs, let's get a balk, get a guy in scoring position, or Charlie gets picked off and Jordan gets a new at bat.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you
weak
go, Charlie?
grounder there to third, and
That's all right.
throwing over to first. Well, no runs. A walk. Man left. Post 2-5. West Fargo 0. Heading to the top of the 8th. right, welcome back. We're in the top of the 8th. We've got a few changes out there for post 2. Now pitching, Dylan Erholz. He's moved over from third base to pitch. Down to third base is Connor Holm. Over in left is Jordan Leininger. And now in right field entering the game is Breitbach. So got a few changes there. Top of the order is up for West Fargo. Nolan Dodds is up, leadoff hitter. And he's got a 2-0 count. See if Dylan can find the zone here as we get to the top of the 8th. Nice play by Connor. Thought he caught that in there, but throws over to first, gets out. So quickly 1 down.
Situation like that, you got to throw it to make sure. You don't know what the umpire saw.
Right.
And he's a long ways away. Unless you look over and you see him pump his fist that the guy's out, you throw it. High level of focus by Connor Holm there.
Yeah, making the adjustment from left field to third and getting tested immediately. Does a nice job of that play.
Dylan and this umpire are gonna struggle with each other. He seems to really struggle with the outside slider, which that wasn't a slider, that was a fastball.
Fastball.
It seems like he's catching the corner. Umpire is not giving in.
Hammond takes advantage of the 2-0 count, lines it up the middle for a single. Hammond on, 1 out. At 3, 4, and 5 now coming up for West Fargo. Wigestrand, the shortstop, currently at bat. He's 1 for 3 today.
Good fastball hitter.
Nice block by catcher Bachman. Dylan having a little bit of trouble locating that slider. Steps behind the mound, shakes it off, gathers his thoughts. See if we can regroup and throw it over.
If the slider's on, it's a pretty good pitch. It's pretty deadly. Oh,
fastball catches the outside corner.
Okay. All right then. I guess we're playing prison rules.
It seems, again, we aren't supposed to be talking, I don't want to belabor things, but it does seem to me that the fastball has a pretty wide zone, while some of the off-speed pitches that have looked really solid seem to be not called for strikes.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. The umpire is there in real time. We're not making fun. That's our job, to comment on things that are happening in the game. It seems like that slider, curveball, whatever it may be, on that outer half to righties in particular. We haven't. Either team has gotten that call all game long.
Yeah, and in the umpire's credit, it has been consistent.
It has been, and that's all you really can ask for.
Right. 1-2 off-speed pitch goes
What's
in the dirt.
Probably more. I don't know what it's the more interesting to me is that they are not swinging at that pitch.
Mm-hmm.
That ball is in the strike zone for the bulk of the travel, and they're still letting it go, unless they're completely fooled by it.
Well, I can see that when you're up in the count, letting that outside pitch go. But I mean, we've got a lot of hitters watching that go through for strike 3.
Yeah.
And you know at this point in the game where the zone's going to be. But anyway, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes right now. 1 out. Again, West Fargo's put Hammond on with a nice hard line drive single up to the center fielder.
I'd like to give my compliments to Mike Boutain. Did a nice job cutting the grass in the outfield today.
He did. Gosh.
Yeah.
Great job.
Looks sharp.
Field looks great tonight.
Maybe his line was crooked, and that's why the boxes are crooked. Maybe they were going off his line. So,
and maybe
just something to think about in the future.
It may have even confused the woodchucks.
Yeah.
They weren't used to how the grass looked. Nice pitch by Dylan there. Gets a swinging strike for strike 3, and we suddenly have 2 outs. 4 outs. Am I jinxing anything, Coach? 4 outs away. That's just math. That's not a jinx.
That's just math, yes.
Thanks. So let's see if Dylan can record another out. Be interested to see if we can get through this inning, if Dylan comes back for a second inning, or if we see another post 2 pitcher close things out in the ninth. Excuse me. Yeah, the ninth. Get confused when we don't put the zeros up on the scoreboard. There's a runner, Hammond, breaking for second, in there safe. A nice jump there. It's a good throw by Bachman, but real nice jump.
Bachman got rid of it quickly. It was just on the money. Wasn't a laser beam by any means, but got rid of it quickly. That's his job. He stole off the pitcher in that particular case.
Stalker up for West Fargo. Stalker's 0 for 3 today.
I like the phrase laser beam from
underutilized.
Yeah,
I like that.
Dr. Evo. That's all I think of when I hear the word laser beam.
That was a grounder, not a laser beam.
No.
And that would be our third out. So hey, heading to the bottom of the 8th. Post 2, 5. West Fargo 0. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Aaron Breitbach with his first at bat of the night took over in right field. Aaron a solid power hitting threat for post 2. Also serves as our closer this season.
Yeah, he's done a good job in both roles.
As we were talking before the game, gutsy performance against Moorhead. Got out a semifinal win here at the Pete a couple days ago.
He threw 2 full innings, or was it 3?
I think he may have thrown 3, which is pretty long for Mr. Breitbach. Usually he's a 1 or 2 inning guy.
I like when he stays through the middle of the field. I think his power is right back up the middle. When he starts to pull the ball or even go right down the right field line, I think that's when he gets into just a little bit of trouble. But when he keeps the ball in the middle of the field, he can really put a sting in it.
Oh,
good
boy.
Lord, sir. Good Lord.
Huh. Well, it's called strike 3. So, 1 out. Fargo post 2. Give credit to Olean, the pitcher. I mean, if he's giving you that spot, you might as well use it and find it. He pounded that for strike 3. You better believe Dylan Earholtz is going to know where the zone is. He's pitching right now and now up to bat. That one was outside, so 1-0. Again, beautiful evening here at Jack Williams. Sun starting to set.
I love this time of day here.
Perfect time.
It starts to cool off a little bit.
See if we have any more wilderness sightings here.
Velociraptor or
never know,
Velociraptor
boy.
comes cruising down the dike, we're all in trouble.
Jurassic World.
Yeah. Who's that guy? Who's the guy from that movie?
I don't know. Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt
Is that the guy?
chasing him down on a scooter.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one. I did like Sam Neill from the first movie. Apparently he's in this latest one.
Sam Neill's in the latest one?
Yeah. He looks pretty good for about 73 or whatever he is.
Well, those dinosaurs look pretty good for being a million years old,
Yeah,
too.
I know. They're well preserved.
Yeah.
2 quick outs for post 2. Holtz grounds out, brings to the plate.
Number
Danny
2
Boutain.
on my walk-up song list. Danny
Oh.
Boutain. Little Led Zeppelin, Black Dog.
And there's a pretty big gap between 2 and anything else in this list.
No, I disagree. The next hitter is definitely number 3. And it's not as far away. It's a slightly different.
The Johnny Cash?
Yeah, the Johnny Cash song.
It's pretty mellow.
God's
I
Gonna
mean,
Cut
it's
You Down.
I'm not
I like it,
saying
though.
it's it's a great song.
It's very ominous.
It is. My oldest son is a big fan of Jordan Leininger's walk-up song, which just has a big alarm. Something to start.
Yeah, that's like the.
You don't even hear any
that's
music.
like the
Just
the
a horn.
air whistle.
Yeah.
From World War One.
Yeah.
Air raid whistle. Yeah. Not that I was in World War One. I'm just saying that I've heard these things. Not an expert.
Danny a little late in that swing, 2-1 count. Has Charlie gotten the right version of?
No, he
Molly
actually ended
Crew
up
yet?
just switching
Or, Nelson
songs.
James, did he?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That was a good pick.
Yeah, I liked it.
Maybe Spotify doesn't have everything. I don't know. Boutain with a 3-1 count. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Check swing, I believe. Checks to first base. First base ump confirms no swing, and Danny Boutain is on base for the second time tonight. I remember Danny in Omaha during one of our games walked, scored a run, telling the dugout, when Danny gets on base, good things happen. I think there's some truth to that.
Well, he might be the fastest guy. He might be faster than Connor, especially going first to third when he really gets those legs churning.
He's a smart base runner, too.
Yep. Smart kid.
Yeah. As has been noted on the webcast, I believe,
Yes.
a few times. Connor Holm looks down, figures out what the call here is from Coach Rustad. 5-0. You still looking to potentially steal here, Jason?
Well, my rule has always been 8. I mean, 5 runs. That's a 3 or 4 hits and some walks and an error,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's 5 runs. So if you can tack on, you should. Only reason you don't steal him is that you don't want to take the bat out of Connor's hands.
Right.
But on the other hand, if he does get caught stealing, then you're starting the 9th inning with the top of your lineup.
Well, now we got a 3-0 count. Wouldn't expect
You
Danny
wouldn't
to be going
steal.
anywhere.
You wouldn't steal here.
Olean gets that pitch in at the knees. 3-1 count.
Center fielder has not learned much about Connor.
No.
Still playing him straight up.
No. Yeah, and Olean again very quickly in the stretch. Oh, we do have a steal. But that's ball 4. Wasn't sure if that was going to be called a strike or not. A little bit high, and Connor Holmes on first. We got 2 runners on here with 2 outs. Tommy's due, isn't he?
Well, a guy that hits almost 500, you'd think he'd be due every at bat.
Hey, I told you I'm a
But-
master of the obvious.
Yeah.
I warned you that going in. Yeah, Tommy 0 for 4 with a strikeout tonight.
That is not a Tommy kind of night. But Tommy's very professional about it. He's going to go up there with a good approach. He's looking for a pitch to put a good swing on, and if he does, for him, that's a successful at bat.
Yeah, he does a good job. I mean, his approach is the same whether he's 4 for 4 or 0 for 4 up there.
Yes.
Right there, borderline pitch, takes it.
And I think if you asked coaches across the country, those if you had 9 kids like that, I think that even keelness, I'm not sure if that's the
I
right
think
way
it
to say
is.
that.
I checked the dictionary.
Yeah,
It's in there.
even
That's good.
keelness. We're gonna, if it isn't, they're gonna add it.
You know, you just gotta put a dash in there.
Yeah,
We're good.
I think that's a pretty high value attribute for a baseball player to have, because it can be brutal. You can go 0 for 4, you can go 0 for 21. You can come off a 4 for 4 night and look terrible the next day. So you the approach and the process is probably more important than the result.
That last pitch saw about as much motion as we've seen from Simon tonight. Looked like the pitch was a little low, took a step off, gathered himself. Fortunately, hit a little bit over that one. That's the easy fielder's choice. 6-4 it goes, and post 2's out in the bottom of the 8th. So, head to the top of the 9th, folks. Post 2 holding a 5-0 lead. See you in a few seconds. All right, we're in the top of the 9th here. Dylan Earholtz out for his 2nd inning of work. See if we can shut things down. Got 5, 6, and 7 coming up for West Fargo. Evan Berg leading things off for the Patriots. Takes strike 1.
There's a rare slider call for a strike. That's good. It's good to get ahead.
Yeah, get that slider in his mind early and bring the fastball. Ball low. Berg's 0 for 2 with a walk on the evening. Another one high off the catcher's glove. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Will looked like he got crossed up there.
Yeah. And he's looking into Lindstad, get the call. Berg will be followed by the 2nd baseman Deere, 1st baseman Clemenson. Another ball low. Work the count 3-1.
Dylan's got to control his front side just a hair more. Flying open, that was,
Yeah, again.
you know,
Yeah,
just
you called it.
he's pulling that glove,
Nope.
throwing his.
Having a little conference with Bachman, trying to get on the same page here.
I think his name is pronounced Dewar, but we'll see. I'll have to have a conversation with
Yeah, let's
somebody
figure that
about
one out for next year. Well, number 10, Caleb Deere, takes strike 1. Dylan taking a little bit of time here. operating from the stretch.
I was calling a hockey game once, and I'm pretty sure that the visiting coach was messing with the penalty box. There was a name that it was impossible to pronounce, so we just called him by his number the whole game. But he scored like 3 goals too, so we're just like, scoring number 18. Nothing else.
That's a certain ultimate compliment when you're scoring that much. There's, hey, number 18.
Yeah. There was a bunch of X's and a Z.
Oh.
Quotation mark, I think, was in there at one point.
Oh.
Yeah. The @ symbol, it was all part of his name.
Looked like Dylan took a little off on that pitch. Got strike 3. Casey Clemenson 0 for 3 on the evening. Steps in, having struck out once. Drawn in a double play his first at bat. Would be nice to see another one here. A little grounder in the hole would
Be nice to
okay.
end a game like that, yeah.
Got the middle infielders pinched a little bit. Double play depth. No, there goes the runner from first. It's off-speed pitch. Oh, boy. And Bachman kind of lost the grip on that one. Came straight back at his pitcher. Looks like Dylan's okay.
Dylan almost lost some teeth on that one.
Yeah, we didn't need another weird injury here after we already have Adam Leininger out. If you're listening earlier, Adam Leininger, a catcher, took a cut actually on a swing he was reaching in on. Was called for catcher's interference. Had to go out of the game. Seems to be doing fine. Hopefully, we'll be back here for the Gopher Classic starting up on Friday. Oh, late time called by the batter.
A slightly less known injury that's happening in the post 2 dugout is that when the woodchuck sprinted across the field, he actually pulled his hammy about 3/4 of the way across. You have to go into the video, slow it down. But they're working. He's got some ice on it. His legs are up in the dugout.
Hopefully, got the trainer taking care of him. Sanford's best.
Yeah.
On site.
And they had to,
And
it's
our
hard.
veterinarian's
Yeah.
best.
That's the real problem.
Castleton
is
veterinarian on site.
It's that human to woodchuck dictionary. It's the language barrier. It's hard to get him to tell you what's wrong.
It is. I think Brady speaks a little bit of woodchuck.
I bet he does.
Yeah. Dylan Tostenson in there working the game changer, talking to the woodchuck. A little bit of everything going on. Boy, that looked like a nice pitch.
Yeah, Dylan showed a little frustration there. He wants the umpire to explain where that pitch was.
Instead of a 2-2 count, we're at 3-1. Clemenson hitters count here. Of course, going to need a lot more than him to get back in this game. Gets the call there. Clemenson certainly seemed to disagree with that one. He was ready to chuck his bat to the dugout, walk to first. Having both the pitcher and the batter with a little bit of discussions here. 3-2 count. A little late swing, lazy fly ball to right field. Aaron Breitbach battles the wind, brings it home. Nice strong throw into the cutoff man.
That was a laser beam.
I think Aaron's got a little bit of life left in his arm even after pitching 3 innings Sunday. So that gets, again, doing the math, being master of the obvious that I am, I think West Fargo's down its last out. We'll see.
Do you have somebody writing this material for you, Rob?
It's amazing that this magic just happens.
Yeah. You make it seem so natural.
Yeah. Totally unforced. Landon Meyer there, I thought he might go for the hidden ball trick for a second. Gave kind of a juke throw back to the pitcher, but then second chance brought back.
I like that they're still throwing the bases, still picking over, still playing the game.
Yep.
To me, that's a good sign. It means they're playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
So Heisler, the catcher's up for West Fargo. He's 1 for 1 with a walk tonight.
I think Jordan might be a little deep. if you can see that from home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's not much room between him and the fence. I mean, you do want to try to prevent the extra base hit, but really at this point, why do you care? You just want to keep base runners off. Grounder to short. Tommy Simon gloves it, throws over to first. That's ball game, folks. Nice game tonight.
Yeah, pretty well played. One error.
Not bad for
Made the most of our hits, that's for sure.
It's good to see Adam Leininger popping first guy out of the dugout. So hey, thanks Jason for working with me. Thanks to our technical crew here. Did a great job as well. Hopefully you got through the static. We'll see you guys at the next home game. Have a good evening.